Do you ever look in the mirror and think, where have my features gone? Why do my eyes look so piggy or puffy? Why do I look so dark under here? Why is my complexion looking so drab? Why does my skin look dry? Where's my glow? Where's the gorgeous person I used to be? I know it's still inside, but I don't see it when I look in the mirror. Well, this video is for you. To immediately brighten your complexion, use a brightening primer. This is great. This is my Blossom Color Beauty Glow makeup primer. It's really fantastic. It's very glowy. And as soon as I put it on top of moisturized skin, it really brings my skin to life. Do you see that? It won't enhance lines and wrinkles. It just gives my skin that look of youth that I had a good few years ago. And it's as easy as that. If your skin's changed and is now more dry looking and feeling, add a little bit of your moisturizer to it. That will help it go on really easily. And instead of the foundation sort of drying and looking very matte on your skin, the moisturizer that you've mixed with it will actually help it stay and look more comfortable on skin. It'll blend more easily and hopefully, again, keep giving your skin that lovely, fresh, youthful glow. Now, I'm not going to wear foundation today, but what I am going to do is just put concealer here and there. So I'm just going to go into the darkest area using a creamy concealer on my little concealer brush and literally just put it. Now, this is a real eye-opener trick. You'll see when I compare it to the other eye, how using some concealer just on the lid not only disguises the red veins that make you look older and the thinness of the skin, but it also brightens the eyelid. Do you see how much bigger the eye already looks? That's just with a little bit of creamy concealer. Here we go, big difference, huh? Who doesn't like covering up dark circles? Go over any area that you may find has a little bit of high color or uneven skin tone. Use a bit of brush, use a bit of finger, whatever it takes. You can use your sponge if you want. Tool is entirely up to you, but just cover where you need to help your skin look more even. Other areas where you can put a little bit of concealer to make your lips look more prominent when you come to line them and fill in lip color is just using a little concealer around the lip edge. This will help bring back the fullness of the lip. Do you see that? How that immediately is enhancing the top lip shape. It is also cleaning up the skin around the lip edge. And that means that your lipstick or lip pencil or gloss or whatever will look really nice on the mouth because your lip will look more defined. Next thing I'm going to do is inject some warmth into my skin. So I'm just picking up bronzer and I'm literally just going to press and tap it on using my lovely big fluffy powder brush to just add life to my complexion because I don't want to look like I'm wearing a mask. That's why I didn't want to put foundation on today. There are times when you want to wear a fuller face, and if you feel more comfortable wearing a fuller face of makeup, that's absolutely fine. I'm not saying don't do that. But there are days, even if you're just sitting at home and you're not going out and you just want to feel like and look like me and kill a little time and feel good about yourself, a little bit of bronzer, do you see that? Warms up the skin. You can also use bronzer as a color just through here, just to make the eyes pop. Now, this is a great trick because it makes bronzing powder. Now, this is a non-shimmery powder. This makes bronzing powder multi-purpose, multitasking, and we like that because that means you're saving money. See that? Already my eye is looking bigger and not so piggy. My sort of droopy hanging eyelid is looking a little bit knocked back, and I'm just pushing this brush straight. I'm being quite forceful, creating a sort of banana shape into the socket and blending. I'm just winging it out and connecting it to where I've placed the bronzer so the makeup looks really seamless and really natural and that all the colors really blend. You can also use bronzer to slightly contour. But as I say, this is matte, so make sure that if you do use a bronzing powder to contour, that you do use a matte color. Then I pick up my water brush. This is what I created for my watercolors, but you can create a more defined, you see that? Chiseled cheekbone. Using a water brush and bronzer. So I'm adding structure. So the blank face is not so blank anymore. I'm starting to look like I've got features. At this stage, I'm also going to put some of this on my lips. And this is an eyeshadow brush. This is not a lip brush. You can use your finger if you want, but that's added a little bit of color and will make my teeth look whiter. Let's carry on with the eyes. So, to give definition to the eye, I'm just going to use some pencil. And what I'm going to do is, because I don't want to look like I'm lining above the lash, I'm actually going to line inside. So I do this by closing my eye, and I can feel the pencil going close to the lash root. Because if you've got gaps, maybe you've had chemo, maybe you've lost a lot of your lashes. Do you see the difference? It's thickening. I haven't got any mascara on and I haven't curled my lashes. But if you do this trick where you push, now this is a waterproof eyeliner pencil of mine, seriously long lasting, and the color is called Grey Velvet. But if you do this going backwards and forwards, it will really open up your eye. Now I'm going to put just a little bit. Oh, I made a boo-boo there. Okay, so this is good. If you make a boo-boo, if you get mascara or eyeliner pencil somewhere where you don't want it, just take a cotton bud with some concealer or foundation and just sweep it over the makeup mistake, and that will lift it off. There we go. See, that's cleaned that right up. Now, if your eyes are a bit droopy and you want to lift them, take the pencil and just give your eyes a little bit of a lift, a little bit of a flick, just like that. See that? And what this does is it immediately, now this is a great tip for overhanging lids or small eyes, or anybody who wants their eyes to just look a little bit more bing, you know. There we go. And then you want to pick up a little brush. This is my smudger brush, because if you don't want a line and you just want to soften it, then just use a brush. This is my smudger brush, and literally, see that? The lovely thing about these long-lasting waterproof eye pencils of mine is that they don't drag the skin, as you can see. This is the Grey Velvet. They really lock in place. They're fine if you wear contact lenses or you have sensitive eyes, even watery eyes. I've got dry eyes and I use eye drops all day long, and these really, really stay. Now, if you want to apply pencil under the eye, you can as well, obviously. I choose not to because I find it kind of closes up my eye a bit. On the eyelid itself, I'm going to use now a shimmer shadow of mine called Gilded Taupe, because to bring your eyes back to life, to make them look bigger, you want something light on the lid that's reflective. And don't worry if you think I can't wear shimmery shadows on my lid because my eyes are really lined there. This won't enhance your lines, I promise you. And then in the socket, I know I've created that nice transition color using bronzer, but this is a shadow of mine, a matte shadow, so it contrasts and complements really well the Gilded Taupe shadow that I just applied. But this is a matte camel color, and this will give my eyes more definition. The darker your skin tone, you'll probably want to wear deeper, darker colors, maybe a dark gray or a dark brown color. But for my skin tone, and if you've got skin tone like me, then this cedar will be absolutely great for you. Brows now. So I'm going to brush them up. My brows are definitely not as thick as they used to be, but what I'm going to use is the same matte eyeshadow Cedar, because it's a nice camel color. And what I do is I start at the outer edge. Now this is good for everybody, because if you start too central here and go too dark too quickly, it can make your eyebrows and your eyes look like you're frowning or bring your eyes too close together. So I gently use an angled brush just to fill in the gaps and create that shape that I want. Some people might find that if they are going through chemo, that when things start growing back, they'll be very different to how they were pre-chemo. Perhaps your hair is thicker on your head. Perhaps it's curly, perhaps it's dark when you used to be blonde. It's really weird what happens. And if you haven't got much eyebrow, and shadows are good if you've just got gaps and a bit of hair, But if you've got absolutely no brows, then using something like a wax putty or a pencil that dries to a matte finish is good. Don't use anything too shiny, because shiny will look greasy, will catch the light and will look really unnatural. Matte products through brows always look a lot more natural. Then I just take a little bit of clear mascara or clear brow gel, push those in place, which helps to make them look thicker as well and a little bit more groomed. Next is mascara, but first, always on clean, dry eyelashes, curl the lashes for a good 5 seconds. Now, if black, I'm going to use black mascara, but if black is too dramatic for you for daytime, grab yourselves a brown black, and to help your lashes look thicker, wiggle the brush towards the lash root, and then the way you apply the mascara is really important, that you push the brush up and out towards the outer edge. Do you see that? Lifts those lashes really beautifully. The more you pump the mascara into the wand, you'll get air in there, which means it will dry out much quicker than it should do. So don't over pump the brush into the wand. A fabulous mascara will really make the most of your lashes. And if you find that you've got gaps in your lashes, that little eyeliner pencil trick will really help to make the lashes look thicker. Just 2 things left to do now, and that is to apply a little color into my cheeks and pop some on my lips. Now the shade I'm going for, because I'm naturally quite pink, I don't want to add any more pink to me. If I was wearing a more covering foundation, then I could go a nice sort of berry pink color. But I'm going to use something of mine called my watercolor liquid blush, and the shade I'm going to use is a shade called Passion. That's a lovely, lovely peachy shade with a hint of sheen to it. Watch this, how lovely this goes on. You see that? Isn't that gorgeous? Love it. Absolutely love it. And my face is finally coming together. I mean, I like that. That's nice and nude. But you know what? I love a kiss of color. And if you want to use your finger, no problem. Just blend with your ring finger or your little finger. But you see, you get a slightly different finish. This one's a little bit more structured and you get extra glow. This one's a little bit more rosy, sort of fresh, a bloom of color. Now, if you're someone who does get hot flushes, you may not want so much of a bloom of color. You might want something that just looks really, really, you know, a lot more structured. And then whatever's left on the brush, I simply sweep it through the lid. Then I take some, either on my finger, same color, Passion, 1 drop onto my lip definer brush, and oh, lovely, bringing all my colors together. And now I am feeling like I have features. If you want to line, no problem. Line afterwards, and what this will do, it'll give you a softer finish. If you line your lips first, what can happen is that when your lipstick, or in my case the watercolor, if that was to wear off, I'd be left with a line around my mouth. But doing it this way means that I can create a softer mouth finish that will last and not rub off, leaving that very thin, obvious, horrible lip line look. Okay, last thing is, now this is really clever. This is really, really clever. So you know how as you get older, you might be a little bit puffy? This is great. This is my Invisible Veil blotting powder. And what this does, it will stop the puffiness looking so prominent. Now this is, as I say, Invisible Veil blotting powder, and I'm using my eyeshadow 1 brush. See, that cleans that up. Comes with a powder puff. You can use that, especially for touch-ups on the go, but just use it wherever you want to de-shine. If you've got a greasy complexion, this is great because this will mop up the excess grease. This is a no color powder that you can just apply wherever you want, just to blend everything in. Now, if you've got no hair, perhaps you've got had chemo, and maybe you've got no hair, where do you blend? Well, you just gently blend it into where your hairline was. And if your hair's growing back and it's short and fluffy, just gently fluff the sponge or brush into that area, but not into the new hair. You don't want makeup in the hair. And there we are. That's it. Now I've got features. Hope you like that. Hope it's really useful. If you want to try any of the products, grab them on danielsandler.com, but please let me know if this video was useful. And if you tried any of the products or techniques, I'd love to know how you got on. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.